Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Teen Wolf. This is episode 11 of season 3. Hopefully guys have been enjoying the series so far. You know, full disclosure, it's been 9 days since the last episode that I watched. I have currently been on vacation. Got crispy burnt nose, honestly. I've got my hat on so I can hide the redness, but hopefully guys have enjoyed the series up until this point, because I have. And what I think is very, very interesting is we've gone season 1, 2 and 3. The episodes have gone up like this in you know, in how many are in a season, but I personally think so far anyway, still a long way to go in season 3, but I do think that as the seasons have gone up, the series rankings have gone up as well. I actually think season 1 is the worst, season 2 currently is the second best, and season 3 I think it started off the best, which is amazing, because that means that as the show progresses the episodes get better, and it's just great, honestly, really is. Now this recap is kind of like recapping my knowledge of the last episode, because like I said, it's been like 9 days, and from what I can remember they was having a big scrap in the hospital. Now Scott was there, so was Styles. Who else was there? Jennifer, Derek, Deucalion and all his crew. They was all there and he was fighting. Now, it was really interesting because Jennifer, she was trying to say to Derek, you know, I am your only chance at saving your sister, at beating Deucalion, taking him down. I've been doing these sacrifices because it makes me stronger. Now, what I'd be interested about these sacrifices and stuff that she's doing is finding out, is it like a one-time thing, and then, or does she constantly have to do it every few months to, you know, keep her powers up and, you know, to not possess the body of the screaming person, you know, that we see with all the scars on her face. So again, that was really interesting. It looked like her and Derek was going to team up towards the end, but then she ended up knocking Derek out. Deucalion also had Scott's mum this episode, and Scott was trying to get her back. Then Deucalion let her go. And that was interesting. Obviously, when Derek got taken down, Jennifer went and took Scott's mum and she bounced. Deucalion used that to his advantage. He ended up saying to Scott, look mate, if you was on my side, if you was listening to me all this time, I could have told you what she wanted. I could have told you a plan and how to take her down. But now you're going to have to trust me. You're going to have to join my team, join my pack, so to speak. Scott was there. He's on the rooftop. Styles was like, don't do it, Scott. Don't do it, Scott. He's turned around me. He's like, what am I supposed to do? I have no other option. Your dad's took. My mum's taken. He's the only one offering a solution right now. I'm going to have to go with it. And he did. He left with him, kind of joined his little pack. Who knows, though? I don't think he's going to join it. But it's interesting anyway. You know, Deucalion played that to perfection. He used that situation to his advantage, and now Scott is going on his side. Again, Derek, is he going to trust Jennifer or is he not? You know, she was trying to say she could take him down, but then she also took Derek down as well. So right now it's a guessing game. Whose side do you trust more? I do not know. Also know is Derek's going to do everything he can to save his sister Cora, and also Scott's going to do everything he can to save, obviously, Stilinski's dad and his own mum. So again, very fascinating. And like I said, so far to me anyway, this is the best we've started a season, and that's just a major, major positive. Also, I found out, I was obviously moaning a little bit that Jackson's not in this season, and I was like, has he gone to a different show? And he joined Arrow. He joined Arrow, and I loved Arrow as well. And when he joined it, I was buzzing. So, like, what's funny is, when I never knew what Teen Wolf was, I was buzzing that he joined the show that I was watching, and now I'm watching this show, I'm fuming that he's joined the show I was watching. So it's quite interesting to see, but hopefully he does, because he does flicker in and out of Arrow, so hopefully he flickers in and out of these episodes in the seasons coming. But that is going to wrap up today's intro. Hopefully guys do enjoy today's episode. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into episode 11 of season 3 of Teen Wolf. Yeah, Derek's knocked out in a lift.
Come on! Where is she? Jennifer? Gone with Scott's mom. She took her? Yeah, if that's not enough of a kick to the balls, Scott left with Deucalion.
You see the twins?
No. But I see the Argents.
Where are the others?
I don't know. Scott Styles went back for Derek and Jennifer. I had to get Cora out.
Jennifer took Melissa.
Derek, where's Scott?
Stilinski at the center of this whole mess. What a shocker. Think you can answer some questions without the usual level of sarcasm?
If you can ask the questions without the usual level of stupid, I don't know what happened here. I was stuck in the elevators the whole time.
You're not the one who put the name on the doors, are you?
What name?
Oh, name on the doors, mate. Argent. Why would some... Why would somebody write an Argent? It wasn't even in the hospital when that situation went down. But, you know, the Argents are related back to kind of, you know, when we got the flashback of Gerard going and he was attacking Deucalion, and obviously, you know, that might be something that they want to go after the Argents, you know, as a retaliation for what happened to him. I don't know. It's interesting that they've been, well, their name's been put on the door when he kind of wasn't associated in that battle at all that took place in the hospital.
She's dying, isn't she?
I don't know.
You want to figure something out? Because while Scott and Styles were out there trying to help people from being killed, you were in here, rolling around the sheets with the actual killer. Erica and Boyd are dead, Cora is dying, and you are doing nothing!
Pretty good acting from Isaac in this scene.
Power.
I'll help the others when I figure out how to help her.
There's no time!
He's making it feel impactful.
The full moon's coming. You can sit here and perfect the art of doing nothing.
In my head, mate, they said something about when the full moon comes or something, yeah? Oh, when it's an eclipse or so. They said something like that, like, the powers, they all disappear. Oh, who did have that conversation and what was it about? That's disappointing. Do you know, you're not watching something for ages, it's not fresh in your head. But they referenced something about when an eclipse comes or full moon or something, they lose the powers, everybody goes back to normal.
Word is guardian, Allison. More than anyone, you know that's a role I haven't exactly lived up to lately.
But you took Scott's mother and Styles' father. That's not a coincidence.
Everything she's done has been on the Telluric current. So, Melissa and the sheriff have to be somewhere in one of those currents, right?
You seriously want to go after her? I mean, what if she just takes you like the others, huh? No offense, but what's the difference between you and them?
I'm carrying a 45. I've got a map and every clue we need to figure this out. The only thing we don't have is time, which is why I need both of you.
You know, I voted him my most hated character in season 1, but I don't mind him.
Dayton, it was your only failure. That could mean something.
That's just one place so far. We're gonna need a lot more help. Lydia's got sort of a talent. She somehow ended up finding a couple of the bodies, without actually looking for them.
Come on, Cora, fight for it, man. I want you to be a decent character. Oh, he's taking away the pain. I actually really like that little aspect they've added to it.
Oh. Both of you try to remember he's just doing what he thinks is right.
Can't shoot a gun or use a crossbow, but, well, I'm getting pretty good with these.
You know normal wolves never abandon an injured member of the pack.
If you're trying to tell me I can save her, just tell me.
I'm telling you, I've heard it's possible.
How?
It's that spark of power, the power that heightens your senses. Could just as easily kill you.
I feel like he's got his own agenda as well. It's interesting. I never know what to think of Peter and what he's planning.
How do I do it?
There's a cost.
Of course there's a cost. Of course there's a cost. Like I said, I never know what he's planning, but he's always got his own agenda on the go. Now, what's interesting is I wouldn't class myself as a flip-flop, but, you know, people might do. But with the Argents, it's last season, I didn't like them, but this season I do like them. And they kind of just being the same people, but there's one massive, like, difference is the last season they was going after the people that they know and that they're okay, and he was kind of going after Scott and everybody and Lydia and all that stuff. And this season they're going after people that's actually attacking everybody and posing an actual massive threat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't like the back end of last season, the way Alison changed her personality and everything. You know, like with the situation with her mum, she's kind of blaming Scott and Derek and all that. She didn't even know the whole facts, you know, she's kind of learned it this season. But like the Argents, yeah, this season they're using it to kind of protect, yeah, the people coming in and causing a threat to them and the city and the friends, and the way better. Like, I think the way they're being used here in this season is how they should be used. It's so much more better than at first. He was just introduced with, we just hate wolves, we hate every single one of them, let's kill them all. And that's what happened. It carried on, that story kept going with Gerard. It was like, now sack this mate, you know. Doesn't matter if they're from here, from this town, they was involved in Kate, they're all being chopped up, you know. That's how he was playing. You know, he stabbed Scott, didn't he? And then he was trying to cross over his own family to save himself, and that is how he ended up getting into this situation where he is now, where he's leaking, you know, blood or whatever, gunge from his mouth. And Alison, he kind of manipulated her as well into going against everyone. But this season, they're being utilised really, really well. I'm actually liking them.
If you don't want to go to school, honey, you don't have to. That's not it. Someone tried to strangle me. I don't need to hide that.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Own it. What a beast.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to trust me on this.
Don't be fucking shooting no Isaac,
For a
mate.
long time, she didn't just operate on the currents. She was in sync with them.
Oh,
Now this is a sacrifice.
the third. Oh, mate, 3 Guardians taken. That is well
I don't
interesting.
believe it. I don't know how to turn it on and off yet. All I know is that she tried to kill me because of
Because of what?
when she called me a banshee. What if that's not why she tried to kill me?
Why did he do that?
We need to go. I can understand not seeing a downside to this, as you haven't exactly been alpha of the year, but think about what else you'll be losing. And if you couldn't beat her as an alpha, how do you think you're gonna fare as a beta?
Oh, he's gonna lose
don't
it all.
Care.
Maybe that's what she was gonna have you do at the hospital.
Why?
So that you wouldn't be able to face the alphas without her.
Yeah, I don't know what Peter said. Like, see what I mean? What I'm saying is, like, I thought he was like, go, 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 go to Cora, and now he's like, what if? What if? And I'm like, shit, mate, what if? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He gives a good, like, he give a good counter to his situation there. Like I said, I never know what his plan is. That's why I think he's a fascinating character. Like, if Derek does this and helps her, does she become the alpha? Because he said that little flicker, like, that makes him the alpha when he's doing it or whatever. It's like, does it transition over to her, or is it just, you know, who becomes the alpha? Is this PACT no more because he rescinds his status? I don't know. It's interesting though anyway. Like, honestly, it's really good.
What is it now?
It's from Isaac. Jennifer, she has Allison's father. She took him.
Oh, exciting.
Styles? Okay.
Panic attack. He said he used to have panic attacks, didn't he, to Scott?
What's wrong?
Is it just me, or has somebody been here before? We watched her take your ankle knife.
And the knife that's in your sleeve.
And the switchblade in your other sleeve.
Argent. The French word for silver. Interesting how truth becomes altered by legend when it's not actually the metal silver that kills werewolves, but the family. You are making this town, even this world, safer for your children.
Just try and think about something else. Anything else.
Like what?
Happy things. Good things.
Think about her, Lydia. Look at his eyes.
How'd you do that?
I read once that holding your breath could stop a panic attack.
Hey, that was really good.
He's really smart.
Yeah, of course, mate. You're well smart, both of you.
And if I was really smart, I'd tell you to sign up for a few sessions with a guidance counselor.
The guidance counselor.
Do you know where she is?
If I did, I wouldn't be waiting here for 20 minutes. So how about you two back out the door and wait your turn?
Did you say Miss Monroe was 20 minutes late?
And I don't know why either. She's always on time.
What if we're not the only ones who think she knows something?
The tree.
Wait,
Again.
Lydia, that's your drawing.
Yeah, I know it's a tree.
Yeah, it's good too.
Yeah, see?
How she never clocked that she draws the same thing?
Okay, you can have my session.
I know where they are.
Oh, they're really smart. He's so smart, him, honestly. He's so smart. He's underrated, massively underrated. For all these jokes that he does, he's a bit of a jokey character. He's so clever. And it's the same with Lydia as well, man. Like, I know, like, she kind of plays an emotional character quite often, you know. And people don't really take her too seriously either, I don't think. Like, she's so smart as well. These two, they better not tease us for all the seasons. Yeah, we did got a kiss them, but obviously it was in a different context. I would have grabbed that if I was Styles anyway, mate. Like, but again, that's obviously not the right time. It's kind of like the Stefan and Caroline one. Do you know, like, when I'm waiting for so long, I'm like, come on, just get it. And then you finally get it and you're so happy. And their kiss was amazing as well on the porch with the sun drop. It was so sick. Obviously, this is a different context here. But these two, man, they work perfect together.
It's the Nemeton. That's where she's keeping them. It has to be.
Stalinsky! Did you know your dad's car is in the school parking lot and has been since last night?
I didn't know. What does that mean?
Means he's officially missing. Styles, why am I getting the feeling you know something that could help us find your dad?
So you're asking me to tell you what I wouldn't not tell you? Well, I don't know how to help me tell you something that would help you if I don't know it.
I've been told your whole little clique didn't show up at school today.
I don't have a clique.
Styles, come on. You have someone you can stay with tonight?
He's with me.
Yes, Deaton.
You.
Me.
Me. Oh, they said that the fireflies don't usually light up, don't they, in LA?
It's a firefly. Unusual for this region.
Yeah, or wherever they are.
Because of Jennifer, isn't it? Say, animals can sense natural disasters when they're about to happen. Maybe they can sense supernatural ones as well.
Just there, Talia, Derek's mother, my older sister, decided that she didn't ever want us going back and took the memory of its location from us.
Like, is that... Oh. That was sick, mate. She just threw a boundary spell around her. Ah, she tried to kill her before and left her for dead. See, the thing is, these guys do not know Deucalion was the one that killed their mate. You know, they still think that it was Derek and his pack, and it wasn't. It was their own little pack that killed their own. They don't know it yet. I want to know what happens when that information is released. Now, they're going after her, which is interesting. You know, she was smart then to ping that up and drop the seal around her so they can't get in. But I always say, can they not get something, a stick, break the seal? That's all it needs to do. They need to just open a gap that much, and then obviously the mystical spell or whatever you want to call it is not there no more, and then he can attack.
We know you sent that girl, the one who helped Isaac. Isaac, get down!
Oh yeah, to the party she died.
What's her name?
Brayden, have you told him everything you've done? How you've piled up bodies in a narcissistically psychotic effort to form your perfect pack? If Derek joins the pack, it paves the way for Scott.
The lies people will tell when they're begging for their lives.
She stepped out of the circle.
Hey, back off.
Innit? You want to get the whole story.
Find the Nemeton.
You've been tied up before?
Of course he has.
What is that, part of being a werewolf hunter?
I tried to download them on as much as I could.
Yeah, I was starting to feel a bit left out. The night my wife died.
Oh, yes, come
It was
on.
the end of a shift. There'd been a pileup and a young woman, she was a teenager, actually. She was trapped under an overturned car. She knew she was gonna die. Paramedics were on their way. Her hand suddenly gripped mine so tightly that I literally thought she was gonna break the bones. And then she looked me in the eye and she said, "If you want to be with her, go now." I stayed until the paramedics pulled her out, until her heart stopped beating. When I finally got to the hospital, I saw Styles sitting in the waiting room with his head in his hands. He was with Claudia when she died. I wasn't with her because I didn't believe. I just did not believe.
See, he can't put no blame on himself, man. It's too hard. You know, again, man, in this situation here, the supernatural anyway, seeing is believing. You've got to physically see Scott the way he's seen Scott to know that, okay, you know, this is not BS. But also, it's devastating that his wife died and he wasn't there, but at least his wife had Styles, and that girl that was dying underneath that truck or whatever he said had somebody else there with her as well. You know, two people sadly who passed away had somebody there in the final moments. You know, that's way better than one person having two and obviously one having none. It's sad. I also think it's mad that people can be like crushed up against something. So like you could be hit off a car and pinned up against a tree and you're okay and you're alive and you can talk and fine, but as soon as you take away that impact, if you reverse the car, took it away, took the pin, you would die. But it's madness how you could be trapped and still be functioning. As soon as you release the grip, you're gone. It's madness.
My dad and Gerard were there once, but Gerard said it was years ago and he couldn't remember where it was.
There might be a way, but it's dangerous. How'd you guys find out?
Lydia. You?
Morel. Essentially, you, Allison, and Styles need to be surrogate sacrifices for your parents. If it goes right, the three of you will be dead for a few seconds.
Flatlining.
You need to think about. This kind of power is like a magnet. It attracts the supernatural. It will draw them here. It'll also have an effect on the three of you. You won't be able to see it, but you'll feel it every day for the rest of your lives.
What is that?
Ultrasonic emitter. Smaller version of what we use to corral werewolves. Only they hear it. Most of the time we use it to push them away. Let's see if it works to attract them.
He's got gadgets all over him, mate. It's like Inspector Gadget.
What did you bring?
I got my dad's badge.
Is that an actual silver bullet?
My dad made it. It's kind of a ceremonial thing.
My dad got my mom this watch when she first got hired at the hospital.
She used to say it was the only thing in her marriage that ever worked.
Hey, that is.
The three of you will get in. Each of us will hold you down until you're essentially dead.
Must be absolutely, yeah, as I say, must be absolutely Ched getting in that. As soon as your foot goes in, your nipples go absolute rock hard, mate, piercing through those tops. That is literally head, mate. Oh, God.
You should probably know something.
Kiss
Your
Lydia.
dad's in town.
Your dad's in town? What? Hey, no way, mate. That's well interesting. Do stuff for a good cause, yeah, it'll come back to you. Do a good deed, you'll get it in return, you get one back. Look, what's happening to him? Is he getting the power? You'd be bricking it, wouldn't you? Regardless of the chance you're coming back, you'd still be scared. It takes massive balls, mate, honestly, to do this. All three of them. That's Scott, innit? That's Scott. To be continued, I always say it, mate. These to be continued episodes are decent. They're always good. They're always fill you with loads of info, and you have to watch the next one. Like literally today, I will be watching that next one. Sometimes you do jump on and you only got time to watch one. I don't care what time it is, mate. If it's Chico time, it's next episode time, because they're always good. And this led into the next one perfectly. The way they've just ended that one. All three of them, got to give credit to them, regardless of whether it's saving your mum, your dad, your best friend. Putting your life hardcore on the line is scary stuff. You got to respect it. The reason why I am respecting Derek, yeah, he's an alpha, he's rescinded his alpha status, whatever you want to call it, he's lost his powers to save his sister. I absolutely love that, you know. I think that you do a good deed will come back in return at some point. So I fully expect Derek to either become an even better character in the show as a good deed, like, or to become an alpha again, much stronger future down the line. Now, I actually want his sister to be in it. And I'm not a massive fan of her so far, but I'm a massive fan of new characters. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll be consistent with it. I'm always consistent. You bring new characters in, it excites me. It makes the show interesting. There's more stories you can pursue. She seems to be a decent one, you know. I don't know much about her, but she seems to be the same age as everyone. She said she was 17. She could go to the school, you know. She's the same bracket as Styles and Scott and Alison and all that. So again, I would like her to actually stay in the show, not leave. And I want to know what's happening with Peter. You know, like, I felt like he was pushing Derek to lose his powers. Like, that's what I felt like he was pushing earlier on in the episode. And then when he went to do it, he kind of retracted it. Oh, what if this though? And I was like, oh, what if, mate? What is his actual plan? You know, what is he thinking? And you know what I mean? I never actually know what Peter... And his altercation with Lydia when she comes to the door was hilarious as well. You, me. Literally. And Lydia and Styles, mate, they got a kiss, but not obviously in the context of how we want it. But again, very interesting. I do think they've got an amazing connection. They're so smart as well. And leading into this next episode, it is going to be absolutely sick. Okay, that is going to wrap up episode 11 of season 3 of Teen Wolf. Very good episode. Can't wait to watch the next one. Definitely watching it today. You know, like we left it on a to be continued, and it will be continued straight after this one. And it's going to be exciting stuff. Like I said, them three putting their life on the line to try and save the 3 family members that they love. Chris as well sacrificed himself. You know, he was planning that. He went to the vault. He knew, obviously, he said that these are like locations where they'd done the rituals. There was only one failed one. That's the one with Scott's boss, Deaton. And, you know, she would go back to that place one more time if she could get what she wanted. She got it. She grabbed him. And now she's been tied up. Took all his weapons off, mate. The guy's got an absolute stash on him. Took about 10 knives of him, a gun. But she didn't take a beacon, mate. And he's pressed it. And usually it deters the wolves away. But if Scott and that, you know, going to be in the vicinity and they hear it, they're going to know that that is going to be the tracker, the located, that they need to go to the location. So again, very interesting. I want to see what's going to happen. I feel like maybe one of the parents could die. That would be a good twist. Now, what's my name? I was just saying, like, last season, season 1, I voted Chris as my most disliked. Season 2, you know, I didn't really dislike Chris that much. I kind of disliked the way Alison's personality changed towards the end because she started teaming up with Gerard, and I really disliked him. And then season 3, I'm really liking how they're using the Argent. So then if he did get killed or whatever, I'd be kind of disappointed. But I'd be more disappointed if Scott's mum and Styles' dad died, and that is where, you know, my conflict is. I wouldn't know which one of them I would want to go away. I don't know if any of them is, but I feel like it'd be massively impactful if one did get taken, with everybody there as well in like slow motion, like when he was having his panic attack before Styles, and he was in the corridor and it was going like all slow motion. It felt impactful. It was really good, and then obviously it led them into the locker room where Lydia was trying to help him, and then she used the knowledge because she's really smart. I didn't know this, but if you slow the heart down, if you stop it, it can stop the panic attack. So she went in, she gave him a kiss. She knows that Styles likes her. It's not a secret, mate. The guy's confessed he's loved her loads of times, but she's still on and off, like, and she's with one of the twins apparently, but she's give him a kiss anyway. Looked like they both enjoyed it, even though the context situation's not really there. But like I said, using her knowledge, very clever. He is as well. He put 2 and 2 together with the tree. He realised that her fairy possession book is the same shit she's been drawing in the class. He flipped it upside down. He was the one that found this location that they currently are. So now everything is going to go down, hopefully, next episode, because they found out as well that Any Star by Deucalion, well, the concept of it, she was telling them, wasn't it, mate? My brother, he healed him. He was fine until Deucalion went into the room, and when he came out, he was dead. And, you know, like, insinuating he killed him. He never confirmed it. He said people would do anything. People would lie when their life's on the line. Do you know what I mean? And then threw his stick at her. So again, now it's down to them to decide, you know, who's telling the truth, Deucalion or her. And again, the eclipse is coming, or the lunar, or whatever you want to call it, where everybody's going to be losing their powers. Derek's now beta, he's not an alpha. He's going to have to go fist fight, and it's going to be who can just fight with no powers and come up trumps. Now, Khalil, she is a good scrapper. She's going to give Derek a good fight. Honestly, it's going to be really interesting. I would like to see that, you know, both of them with no powers just having a good old scrap, because she is a good fighter. And I don't know who's going to come up to. I feel like the betas, the alphas are going to turn on Deucalion at some point. The more information comes out, the more, you know, like, you can see them questioning his leadership and what his intentions are. But that is obviously going to wrap up today's episode. We are going to jump into the next one. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and you can't wait for the second part of this episode, because it's going to get really good, and we're going to get obviously the alphas. We're going to get Scott, Styles, Lydia, everybody, Derek, all of this. I'm hoping that this lunar eclipse happens in the next one, but we don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. So thanks for clicking on today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.